Naomi just cashed in, and it included a little swerve that not a lot of people were expecting. We'll also see what's going on with Roman Reigns, the NXT referee, and more. Starting things off with Naomi's cash-in and the big twist there. When they first announced Naomi versus Jade Cargill at Evolution, a lot of fans were theorizing that they'll have Naomi brutally lose to Jade Cargill, but come out later in the night to cash in during Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. Well, fans were halfway right on the idea in theory. Naomi did lose to Jade Cargill and came out later in the night to cash in. But it wasn't a cash in on Trish and Tiffany, it was to cash in on the main event of the night, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Heavyweight title. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley were putting on an instant classic match. There were an unlimited amount of false finishes. No one was staying down, and it really seemed like they were going to keep ripping each other apart. But as both women were down, out came Naomi with the Money in the Bank contract in hand. She cashed in, cleared Rhea out of the ring, and pinned Io Sky to win the World Heavyweight title, making Naomi's first world title victory in 8 years. The big twist here is that even though WWE does advertise the idea that the contract holder can cash in on any champion, everyone knows that the unwritten rule is that basically is just using the cash in on whatever is their respective brand championship. So that's why when everyone was theorizing about Naomi's cash in, everyone was just assuming she'll use it on SmackDown's WWE Women's title and get in the way of Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton's program. So the decision to have Naomi use the contract on Raw's title was definitely a twist, and it definitely added more to the shock value. And this move right here with Naomi's cash-in also reinforces one of the specialties of the Triple H regime. One of this regime's best specialties is their ability to really shock and surprise you with unexpected events. And that once again happened here with Naomi's cash-in. It was right in front of everyone's face, but no one expected it, because everyone thought she would cash in on the women's title belonging to SmackDown. But they pulled off that surprise, and Naomi is now the Women's World Champion. They also confirmed during the post-Evolution show that with this world title win, Naomi is fully moving over to Monday Night Raw. Naomi herself said she's excited for the move to Raw because all of her WWE career success so far has happened on SmackDown. So she's looking forward to coming over to Raw and finally having some success there. Naomi's move to Raw also officially marks the end of her involvement in the storyline with the Big Three. Naomi has been heavily involved with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill basically since the beginning of 2024. So this move to Raw as Women's World Champion breaks her free from the Big Three, and she really is now on her own, looking to have a fresh new start with new feuds and programs on Raw. There's no one hotter right now as a character than Naomi. The way she reinvented herself and added so much depth to her character through a heel turn has been amazing to watch so far. And now she sits on top of Raw as Women's World Champion with a brand new roster of women to feud with. It's definitely a big spark to the Raw Women's division. Naomi can now feud with Bayley, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie, Becky Lynch, and the list just continues for days. A fresh slate of opponents for her, the character is on fire, and she's the world champion. So Naomi is back on top of the mountain, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see what her title reign ends up looking like. NXT referee Vicky D'Errico went extremely viral this week following her first premium live event appearance during the Evolution event. Vicky is a former boxer and did take part in a WWE tryout. She was later turned into a referee and has been climbing up the rankings ever since. She just arrived into the scene as a referee for NXT, but has never appeared on the main roster show before. So Evolution was her first real appearance to the general main roster audience. Everyone online was asking about who this referee was and where did she come from. And Vicky herself quoted the post and says that the referee was her. That post from Vicky got around 40,000 likes. It went completely viral and was by far her most liked post of all time. After Evolution and after she went viral, outlets like Fox News and the US Sun were creating articles about who Vicky was. Hopefully Vicky eventually makes it to the main roster in the near future. Roman Reigns has just made his surprise return to Raw, and it could be leading to some interesting directions. After CM Punk was able to sneak a win over Braun Breaker to earn himself a world title match against Gunther at Summerslam, out came Bronson Reed to attack Jay and Punk, and he started setting up a big beatdown there. But out came Roman Reigns to make the save and make his surprise return. It was Roman's first WWE appearance, since the Raw after WrestleMania from back in April. Roman cleaned out the ring of Reed and Breakker and also proceeded to help Jey Uso and CM Punk back to their feet. Also visible on Roman Reigns was his new nickname. There's been lots of rumors lately about Roman using the nickname of OTC1. And those rumors were true. That new nickname and new branding is all over Roman's new shirts. So that is the nickname he'll be going and using forward. As far as what Roman will be doing at SummerSlam, a lot of potential routes were set up here with this return. Originally, a lot of fans were expecting to see Roman versus Seth at SummerSlam, but with Seth's injury status being unknown right now, that match appears to be off the table. Some fans think that a singles match between Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker may be a solid backup plan. WWE has given Braun Breaker Roman's old nickname of being the Big Dog, so it would be a hard-hitting match between those two, and another spear versus spear matchup there. Fans also think that a tag team match is possible, with Roman and Jey reuniting to take on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker at SummerSlam. So is Seth Rollins dealing with a mysterious leg injury? His absence is definitely going to shake up the SummerSlam card in a big way, especially when it comes to what Roman's doing at the event. But telling by the way things are at the moment, it doesn't really seem like Seth will get any type of clearance in the next few weeks here to be ready in time for SummerSlam. That does not seem like a possibility at all. WWE has been pretty quiet on any details regarding Seth's injury as well. Their only comment so far came from Triple H at Evolution's post-show, where he said that Seth will be examined this week, but that it was not looking good. So definitely not the type of update you want to hear and receive for Seth's condition, but that's what they said. Then on Raw, Paul Heyman didn't have any new information on Seth's injury, but he said that Seth had until June 2026 to cash in his Money in the Bank contract, so they weren't stressing it. So we'll have to see what happens there, but it's safe to assume that Roman will be facing one or even both of Seth's men at SummerSlam. What are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.